Hi guys, good morning. I've just woken up fairly recently, a moment ago. I just woke up a short while ago, and while I'm here, I would like to talk to you about some computer games that I've been playing, and talk to you about some video games. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a shave. So I'm going to shave while I'm talking to you. Okay? The way I shave is I just use a bowl, okay, plastic bowl. I put in the sink because some plug holes are funny plug holes where sometimes the water might seep down. I think this one's okay, but I just used to doing it this way. So I've got hot boiled up water in this kettle, and I fill up this bowl with boiling water, and I add some cold water as well, obviously, to make it just bearable. I like the water to be not scalding, obviously, but this water is scalding now, so I've got to be very careful. I poured all that in. What I do is I just add a little bit of cold water just so it's bearable, so I can put my hand in with my razor blade. And I've got a razor blade here, gelatin, just razor blade. I don't use any soap, any cream or soap, nothing. I just shave with the boiling hot water. Very hot, very, very hot. Just bearable. And I find that makes it very soothing on the face. It wakes up all the pores and everything and the skin. So I add some cold water. That's just how I shave. Blow my nose. I might need to blow my nose. Excuse me. But yeah. So I'm going to talk to you about some very good computer games that I've been playing. Okay, video games, computer games, right? So, computer games on my video games on my computer. So what I'm saying is I'm going to be talking about games in this video, and they're games that I play on the PC with my games pad, my controller, in a full screen, and they're awesome. So first of all, I'll take you through some of the games, right? Recently, I've been playing games by a company called Quantic Dream, and they're incredible. They tell, what do you call it, narrative, drama, sort of, what do you call it, narrative story, adventure, I don't know, action, storytelling, story-driven games with some action in, with like they're like interactive movies. They're really, really deep. Now, I know of some games by Quantic Dream. One is Fahrenheit, which is also called The Indigo Prophecy. Now, that game I started playing. A bit difficult near the start, it was when I started playing that. But that game, as I say, I got the PlayStation 2 version. But I need to, I was playing the emulated, version, as I say, on the PC. But the thing is, it's tough, and it's an older one, But I'm pretty sure the PC one has better graphics. It really does, And it's probably maybe better. I'm thinking it's an experience. So we'll see if I end up playing that at all. We'll have to see. Or just continue with the PS2 version. I am fairly, really near the start of the PS2 version, the PlayStation 2 version. Anyway, it's made by Quantic Dream. Now, even that, okay, I was impressed with and still am. When I first put it on, I couldn't believe the atmosphere, the immersion. It was different. It was definitely different to any game I'd ever played before. Now, if you know me, I'm a massive fan of Shenmue and the Yakuza series. They're the kind of games I like because it's martial arts themed, and me being a martial artist, and lifelong fan of martial arts, kung fu movies, and Japan stuff as well, like anime as well. I love, So it's like right up my street, that kind of stuff, that I love. The themes, the atmosphere, the characters with the martial arts and the philosophy. It's just epic. But anyway, recently I've been playing these Quantic Dreams games, and there's a game called Heavy Rain, which I've played, and I completed it last night. I completed the main story on the hardest difficulty, apparently is, which surprised me, because most games I've been playing on the easiest difficulty, and it's still a real big challenge. For some of these games, they really do have a hard challenge on the easier settings still. Anyway, so fairly recently, about a week or so ago, I don't know how long ago it was, a week or slightly more than a week ago, I completed the main story of Detroit Become Human. Now, both of these games, Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human, I played them in the other order, but, they are made by the same people that made, apparently, I think they are, unless I'm getting confused now, because I heard they were made by the same people that made Fahrenheit, which is the other name for the Indigo Prophecy. Now, basically, these two games, okay, to give you a quick little bit of insight on them, Detroit Become Human is so good. Scared the shit out of me. Sorry, that's my alarm there. But yeah, Detroit Become Human is the most realistic game I've played in my life in terms of graphics and the way it was done. Now, the acting in these games, is incredible. They've used real actors, obviously, like a lot of games do now, Real actors, real people, amazing performances that they've, captured their likeness in the games, in the graphics. And, they've put these characters in, right? Into the games, but these likenesses of these people, these actors and actresses, and put them into the games. And it's not just voice acting; it's motion capture, all that. The level of detail that's gone into the world building in these 3D worlds, and the graphics is so realistic. Very, very realistic to look at. And the way it's filmed, it's all like a film. It's like a movie. They're done like movies. They really are. There's nothing else you can say about them. They literally are. There's no other way to say it. They literally are interactive movies that you interact with. It's an experience. It's a journey. Now, these games, they play out very differently, like to a lot of games. They're like story-driven, so you have to make choices, obviously. And different choices take you on different paths. They like branch out like a tree, branches, where you make one choice and it could lead you down another route. So you see different endings for these games, or different results and different scenes and different parts of the games, that you may not see if you didn't make certain choices. And there's good and bad choices you can make in your conversations with characters and in your actions. And some of the stuff is just very obviously, because it's all narrative driven, so it's still like certain things will still take you in a certain direction, and certain things you're supposed to see. But you'll be like in one location or another, it'll be like chapter per chapter. But within each chapter of this movie, like in the one story, as you're playing the game, there's choices that you can make. What I love about them is they use a lot of QTE, which stands for Quick Time Event. And if you're not familiar with that, it's a thing where you have to press the buttons, the correct keys or the correct buttons, I use an Xbox 360 controller, but I'm just saying, controller. You press the correct keys, the buttons, the keys, to at the right time, within a timer. Your time, you have to quickly input the button combinations. pressing or holding or whatnot. I mean, they're really doing a lot of advanced stuff sometimes. Where you can do certain things, and what happens is it plays out differently. So if you don't get them in the right timing or the right order, then you fail, or you get bad clips of the scenes per se. So if you're in an action scene, a fight scene, the scenes look really cool. It's like all choreographed action or fight scenes or whatever it might be. And it plays through, If you've got to jump out of the way of a speeding car, or if you've got to block someone's attack and punch or kick back, you press the buttons and it will do it. It's not real-time action like just free fighting kind of thing, but you know what I mean? It's like every action is like, a lot of actions are timed. And I like it because it's exciting, it's good for your reactions, it's a different type of gameplay, it's good. But also it's like, it's cool because it shows you the action like a movie. You see, it gives the player a chance to really enjoy it cinematically. Cool fight scenes, action scenes. As opposed to just looking like a game, like two characters bomb fighting. One camera angle, like just robotic, like another game, But they're really, really good. Now, just briefly, Detroit Become Human is a game about robots who become aware, like androids. They look human, and it's about them somehow becoming aware, and they're living in a world with human beings somewhere in the near future where people are buying robots that will serve them, to do the work, like humans work, or at home as well, And yeah, it's just a deep, deep, dark story from the robot's perspective, but trying to show you, the humanness. Sometimes the robots come across more human than the humans, more logical and caring. It's really, really deep sci-fi type of game. So I really, advise people to check this game out. Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Human is a great game. But last night, as I say, I completed another game of theirs, which was Heavy Rain. Now, this story, I also recommend this game, to people. But it's a very, 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 very dark story. Very, very sad story. Basically, it's about a man who wants to rescue his son, or his second son. I'm not going to go into detail what happened in the first one. It's about a father. Excuse me. Excuse me. 1 second. Sorry to make you sick there. I'm just clearing my throat. But yeah, Heavy Rain is about a father who is put to a test by some maniac, basically, to see what he will go through, what challenges he'll face. Crazy stuff. To rescue his son. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. It really is. There's a crazy plot twist near the end too. There really is a crazy plot twist near the end you wouldn't believe, But all I'm going to say is the effects, the graphics in both games are awesome. I would say, if you had to ask me, I just have to say, Detroit Become Human, to this point of me making this video, around this time, it's the most realistic game I've played. Heavy Rain, follows close by, but I would say it's the most Heavy Rain is the most morbid game I've ever played in my life. You know, I was crazy. I was so funny because I didn't get like the best endings at all. A very sad ending because I fucked up, but I completed it though. I completed Detroit Become Human on the easy mode, but I think I did. I forgot now. I've forgotten what mode I chose. I actually forgot. I think I did choose the easy mode, but for Heavy Rain, I chose the hardest difficulty, and I completed it in under a week. Now those games aren't the most difficult. This type of game. In terms of gameplay, I would say it depends, but you know, some of those. I tell you what, they really give me a lot of challenges. If you play it on the hardest difficulty, like playing the button combinations that you've got to press, sometimes it gives you like it's basically all QTE, but you've got so many variations of the QTE, and then holding this button down while pressing this, then not letting go before you press it. I had to literally rearrange. I had to do gymnastics with my fucking hands, holding that pad, the games pad, in different ways to use different parts of my thumbs and fingers. I was running out of fingers to press and hold different buttons. I've never played a game like that in my life before. Never. I've had things that I thought were challenging, but not like this. Nowhere near like this. This was like crazy. Some of them are really hard to get through. And like some of the stuff you can just retry, but some stuff you can't. It just like you do it wrong, and then it takes you on the story, further down. So yeah, but so the games are very unforgiving in these Quantic Dreams games. They have been where if you make the wrong decision, tough. Your character's dead now, or or someone else got killed now, or something like that. It's crazy. Like, yeah, there's no going back and trying again. Your choices like really alter what happens in the story. It's like real life. It's like if you run out of your house today, if someone runs out of a door today and runs into the street, if it just so happens that a fucking coach is coming, it's going to kill them if they run into it. It's speeding along. So you fall down the steps today, it could alter your life or whatever. So it teaches us to be aware, very aware. So these games are very immersive. These games and these artists and directors that make these games, they're like advanced filmmakers because they're like making film stories that we can learn from. But because it's so immersive and interactive, we learn about the choices, and stuff, and to be more aware in life, in the real world. It's like a virtual. I'd say these games are like virtual reality. They're like not virtual reality like VR, but they're like virtual, simulations, experiences to train us to reflect more on our beings and doings in the human real world. So you don't have to get killed. You don't have to be a detective or a murderer or a soldier or whatever it is. You don't have to be in a spaceship for real on the planet Mars or whatever. But it's like it teaches you so much of the characters and the storytelling, and through very realistic and scary situations sometimes, or exciting or whatever, that you can safely just experience it because it's just a game, but get you really thinking and aware, how you behave, and just even in your daily, simple life, real simple activities in life. But the main thing is it you get some entertainment from these games and just enjoy them and relax, as well. But they're exciting. Just scraping some shit off the top of my nose carefully there and chopping off a few nose hairs there. I think that's it for my shave. But I've got to say, there's another game that came between all of these games. There's a game that came out, I think, by Quantic Dream, also Quantic Dream, yeah, after Heavy Rain and before Detroit Become Human, which I love that one. In the middle before, there's another one, I think it's called Between Two Souls. So I want to try that one out. Maybe. Well, I mean, I'd like to. It's called, that. And that game is, I think it's a supernatural thing mostly. Yeah, a ghost thing. Some of these games, right? Some games have trailers or short adverts, you see trailers. But sometimes, I think I've seen it for that one, but I think I saw that one. But I feel like they're like, you can't always tell how amazing the game is. They just show you a few bits. And it's like, that's cool, it looks okay. But you don't really feel it as much. But when you play the real game, you see how deep it is and how much has gone into them, I think I will probably get Between Two Souls. Or I'll try, I may do. I'm not too sure. I might get it. So there we go. There's other games I'm looking at as well at the minute. I might get it at some point. Put it that way. I'll get it at some point. We'll see. It might be sooner. It might be later. I'll just decide how I feel. But I've got Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, which is a totally different game. It's more like a linear / open world / semi-open world. And linear, I'd call it, more adventure action game set in ancient Japan, I guess. Samurai type guy, ninja shinobi guy, with some fantasy in there and some powers. Apparently, it's a really difficult game. I'm already at an early part in the game, and it feels difficult. Anyway, it does. It does feel difficult already. But people are saying it's notoriously difficult. But I do like the world that's been created there so far. I like what I've seen. It is a very cool game, the scenery and stuff. But it is more simple and different, I'd say, to that, to those games I just mentioned. But I love Shenmue, as I said. I love the Shenmue games. Still got to play Shenmue 3. They've got a reworked or like a new one they've just brought out or bringing out of that as well. Shenmue 3, aren't they? We don't even know what's going on with Shenmue 4 yet. I've got Dreams of Saturn 1 and 2. I've got Shenmue 1 and 2. I've got Dreams of Saturn 1 and 2. Oh, 1, 2 and 3, sorry, for Dreams of Saturn. There's another game called Reclaiming the Path, which I don't know when it's being released or if it's been released yet or not or whatnot. These games, as I say, are just like the fan-based games based on Shenmue, as I say. Created by George Kitchen or the Kitchen Brothers. I've still got to complete do another full playthrough of Twilight Princess, Zelda Twilight Princess. Great game. Played a bit of it, but I've lost the file, so I need to start again. Same with my playthrough that I was doing of fucking Super Mario 3D World. So I always like to have a nice clean shave, But yeah, these are some of the games I've been playing. I love Street Fighter. Street Fighter, King of Fighters. I love these games. Yeah, man. I started playing Persona 3 Portable. I want to play the new version of Persona 3 Reload. It's cool. I want to play that. And this other one of number 4 they've done. So that's all new to me, the Persona series. But when I say portable, I can't really stand portable gaming. I prefer to play them on a full big screen is what I do. Emulating, that's what I do, yeah. Not a massive fan of Mortal Kombat. It's okay, but gameplay wise, not so much into it. I like anime sort of stuff anyway. I like Power Stone, the original Dreamcast Power Stone. You know that game? It's a great game. That was a great game. It is a great game. I've got a game called Mizurna Falls to play, the fan translated one, English language, on the PS1, emulated. Oh, excuse me, man. You know, and yeah. And yeah, there's some really good games. I was trying out that Sengoku Dynasty, but I'm not too sure if I'm going to keep it. I don't know if I like it much. It's all right. It's an idea. Well, that's all I can say. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. I'm going to go and brush my teeth. Have a good day. Don't let any fuckers bring you down. Games are a good way to escape, you know, and I'll be putting some more games videos up on the channel. But you can check out my gamers videos of me playing games more so on my gamers channel, on the other channel, okay, which is Richard Plays Games. I also do have another channel called Shenmue with Richard. If you want to look, but that's all just for Shenmue games, whereas the other channel is for all kinds of games, old games, some more new, old and new. All kinds of games that I've played before, or ones I have never played before. Just gameplay, some with commentary, some without, but it's just me playing games on Richard Plays Games. Okay, Richard Plays Games. There will be Shenmue games on there as well at some point, but at the moment I've got my specific channel. As I say, I've got another channel for Shenmue, which is Shenmue with Richard. If you want to see actual games, gameplay, and see me playing the games, most of the videos are like on screen, so you can see like the full game, like the visual and sound on the screen being recorded. You can see that over there on that channel. Richard Plays Games. But like some of the videos I do it differently, where you'll see me sitting beside my computer screen, so you'll see the screen there, and you'll see me talking and playing while we're doing that. You take care. Thanks for watching. Yeah.